Hi all, today I will talk about my other ant colony, and it is the Camponotus Auriventris. I've had this colony for almost 3 months now. When I got them, they were about 7 workers strong, but now they already have about 20 workers and have much bigger brood than when I got them last time. As you can see, they look pretty healthy. I want to talk about the difference between this species and my trap jaws, which I've talked quite a bit in my last videos. They are worlds apart. One thing that I think is definitely different is how fast these guys are growing in size. They have almost triple their size, and also their brood within 2 months' time. While the Similimus, the trap jaw, takes about 4 months to grow from just 2 workers to 4 workers strong. So I noticed that this is also because the metamorphosis cycle of these two species are very different, and it's like very different. Auriventris only takes about 1 month from going from eggs to workers, and then Similimus take almost 2 months to complete their cycle, which is like I think Similimus took about 1 month from egg to become larvae, and then larvae to pupae for about 2 weeks, and then another 2 weeks from pupae to eclose, become a worker. And this is why Camponotus is actually a good colony, I would say, for a beginner ant keeper, because they grow relatively fast. I know there are some other colonies that grow faster than Camponotus, but Camponotus is also much easier to feed. They eat almost everything that you throw at them. They love honey, pieces of fruits. They do like mealworms as well. You can watch my last video where I talk about how Similimus is very picky eater. So compared to Similimus, this Camponotus is like it's much easier to keep. So figuring out on what to feed them is much easier and don't require you to keep things like baby roaches, crickets, or mealworms at home. This, I can understand, is a very big barrier for a beginner ant keeper. Not many people want to do that, and it is not easy to convince your significant other, your wife, or your girlfriend that you are going to start keeping crickets and worms at home. Convincing them that you are getting an ant colony is already hard enough, right? So I know some of you can relate to this problem that I'm also having. And having not to keep these the extra insects in your house just to feed your ant colony is actually a very good thing. So if you do have the luxury to keep multiple ant colonies, I do feel that it is good to keep one colony that grow fast in size, like a Camponotus, not just this Auriventris, but any other Camponotus species. It is so satisfying watching them grow in size and the rate that they're doing so. And then after that, for the second colony, you can start having something like a slow grower like Similimus that I have. This is so that you don't get too frustrated waiting for 3 to 4 months just to see your another ant eclosing from pupae for your from your slow grower. So while you keep the slow grower, you have something that can actually grow very fast and kind of like keep you engaged and entertained, or excited about doing the hobby. The other thing that makes this species good for a newbie ant keeper is the fact that it does not need any substrate for their nest. That is like they don't need sand, they don't need cocoa peat or peat moss or anything to kind of like make them comfortable in their nest. So it is completely okay to keep them in glass tube, only test tubes, or an acrylic outworld without any substrate, because they have no problem walking on it. The thing about Similimus, the trap jaws, they have what we call slippery feet, where they cannot move through glass or acrylic material without those substrates. So they need those substrates to kind of like help them grip and move if you having a glass or acrylic outworlds, right, or nest. So they need it. It's not like something that people do just for vanity or make the nest look nicer or the outworld look nicer, but it actually is something that they need, otherwise they can't move. And the thing about when you start having substrate, ants will actually prefer to bring the substrate back into their nest and cover their nest with the substrate, be it sand or cocoa peat, etc. So this kind of like will hinder your view and make it more difficult for you to view your colony. Some people like myself, I like to observe my colony, like I have good view, clear, and that's kind of like the main reason why people go with acrylic, and clear acrylic, because you want to actually like be able to view how your ant colony is doing, right? And you'll be a bit annoyed when they start making walls of substrates to kind of like hide themselves, or hinder your view, right? That said, I've not tried putting any substrate in my Camponotus nest or the outworld yet, so I'm not sure if I do put substrate in their colony or in their outworld, will they actually do something similar with the like the trap jar or not. I'm not sure, but I don't think I'm gonna start doing now. Maybe later when the colony starts getting much bigger. At any rate, I'm still having a good time recording, observing my colonies grow, regardless of how fast or how slow they are doing. I'm having such a good time. It's such a pleasure observing them and kind of like learning more about ant behaviors that I have not known before. And I'll be sure to talk about it more in my next videos going forward. But I apologize that for the time being my videos are more kind of like towards introductions, because that's kind of like the stage where I am right now at my ant keeping hobby. So if you are beginner ant keepers, then it's kind of like my videos like more suitable for you, so that you probably like kind of can relate to my video about having being excited about having ants. Anyway, please like my video and make sure you subscribe to my channel. Alright, see you guys in my next videos. Bye bye.